Greetings and welcome. This is Dr.BDY Sunil, Associate Professor, Mechanical Engineering Department, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. In today's session, we will be learning about the effect of friction in connected bodies. So, what are the connected bodies? Here, you can see the examples of connected bodies as the tractor and a trolley. You can observe in your daily life that a tractor which is pulling a trolley are the two different equipments or two different parts of the vehicle, where the tractor will be pulling the trolley. Here, this trolley is considered as one object or one body, and this tractor is considered as another body, right? And these two will be connected using a metal wire or metal construction. Okay. So, for this type of objects, what is happening? The consideration of the connected bodies here, the tension which is acting in the wire or connected means will always act in the outward direction. Always act, when we consider this body, the tension will act towards this side, away from the object. When we consider this body, tension will be acting away from the object. So, whatever objects, two or more objects, we can say two or more objects that are being connected by any means, either it may be some metal bar, either it may be wire, either it may be string, whatever means, these bodies are called as the connected bodies. And for these connected bodies, there will be tension generated because of the applied forces into the system, and that tension will always act away from the body. Next example is the blocks. Blocks which are connected here. You can observe here 30 Newton block and 40 Newton block. These are connected using a string through a pulley. So these can be considered as the connected bodies, where both the bodies are being connected using a string. And always the tension will be acting, if we consider this body or this block, the tension will be acting away from the object. And if we consider this block, the tension will be acting away from the object. These are the connected bodies. Here, if you observe, for the trolley, the tires and road has got the contact points. For the tractor also, tires and road will be forming the contact points or contact surface. Here, this 40 Newton block and the inclined plane is having the contact surface. At this contact surface, the friction will be prevailing. Here in this figure, there is no contact between these two, so friction will not be prevailing here. Next example is the blocks through pulley. These are the two blocks which are connected using a wire, connected using a string through this pulley, through this smooth pulley. So these bodies can also be considered as the connected bodies, where if at all any surfaces are present here, the friction will be prevailing. Otherwise, the consideration of friction may not be happening in this type of situation. So now let us see, if at all connected bodies are present, then how to consider the friction considerations, how to apply the frictional directions and frictional force when the connected bodies comes into picture. Let us take an example here, where block A is placed on block B, and this block B is placed on the surface, on the floor, and block A is connected to this wall using a string. This is the situation which is being given, and a force of P is being acting to the block B towards right side. Right? This is the situation given. And for this type of situation, how the frictional forces will be considered? What we need to do is, first we will be considering each and every block separately. Okay, for drawing the free body diagram, each and every block will be considered separately, and you can observe here that there is a string attached. So that string will be having a tension T, the force tension T will be there, which will be acting away from the object. Now we need to apply some logic here, where the force P is acting only to this block P. That means the lower portion of the block, that second block, the bottom block, will try to move towards right side, isn't it? So what happens? This is trying to slide towards right side. That means this block A is trying to slide towards left side. That is trying to run towards left side, isn't it? As this block B is moving towards left side, this block A, what is it happening? It is doing? the block A will try to move towards left side as the logic. It will not move, but it will tend to move. It will tend to move as this block B is moving towards right side. So as this block A is moving towards left side, okay, observe carefully. As this block A is trying to move towards left side, what we have seen here, this block A is trying to move towards left side. So always the frictional force will be acting towards right side. Okay, we can consider that frictional force as acting towards right side. Now coming to the block B. Now see, here the block B has got two contact points. One is block A to B and other is block B to the bottom surface or floor. Here what we need to do, this block B is trying to move towards right side, isn't it? So at this contact point, the frictional force, in which direction it will act? Because as this object is moving towards right side, here at the contact point, we can observe the friction that is being acted towards left side. And also, as the contact surface is same, A and B, we will be taking this frictional force again as F1. Okay, simple. As this block B, you can observe here again, as this block B is moving towards right side, the contact point here, it will be having a friction of towards left side. And as this A and B, we have already considered the friction there, prevailing there, the contact as F1. So the same friction will act as the surfaces are same. Now coming to the bottom surface, what we will do here, this object is moving towards right side. So at this contact point again, the friction will act towards left side. Okay. So here also the friction will be acting towards left side, and that friction will be different. Why? Because the contact surfaces are different. So the friction will be different. This is how we need to consider the frictional conditions and frictional forces, and we need to apply it in the free body diagram. After completing the free body diagram, you can easily apply these conditions in your equilibrium conditions, and you can get the solutions. So once you draw the free body diagram completely, you can observe here that the 1000 Newton of weight, let us consider it as 1000 Newton of weight of block A and 2000 Newton of block B. Then because of the application of the frictional force here, what is happening? The frictional force is acting towards right side as this object is trying to move towards left side. Okay, and coming to this surface F1 and F2, these are acting towards left side direction. Okay, that is the understanding. And coming to, whenever the frictional force is present, we need to apply the normal reactions away from the object or towards the object. It should be towards the object. For this condition, normal reaction will be this direction, and the block B, normal reaction will be towards the object. Okay, in this way, the conditions of equilibrium can be taken easily, and the consideration of connected bodies friction will be in such manner. This completes the session. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.